What I understand from all of this is that perhaps Meghan and Harry, they do not live in Montecito, in the house or the mansion that we have been told they are living in. Now let me explain this situation to you so you better understand. Right now, as we know, these duplicitous duos, EXILED has been, they are now trying to film for Netflix for the cooking show, gardening, and whatever else they're doing. They're trying to film it in Montecito, but not in their mansion. Now, I want to share with you this particular news so that you can actually read with me and understand the situation. But before I move on, just to remind you guys, most of my viewers are not subscribed. If you happen to be one of them, consider subscribing. Netflix must rent a house, according to this report, in California to film Meghan's cookery show, as she is exiled from the Olive Garden by the owner. We have talked about this in the past, that Meghan Markle, she doesn't have enough money to pay off the mortgage, to pay off the loan. The Montecito Palace, or the mansion I should say, cost them whopping, I believe, $12 or $11 million. And the maintenance cost for the mansion alone is $500,000 a year. Meghan and Harry, their lifestyle is so high and their income is so low. As you can see, now she is desperate to launch this kind of brand, that she cannot keep up with all of these expenses. And now, according to this report, they're saying that Meghan has been exiled and she is now a person without a place, without an office, if you like, to film her cookery show with Netflix. Let's take a look at this one. View more points. So this Netflix show, Meghan Markle start filming her first solo series for Netflix on Tuesday, but viewers hoping that it will give them a glimpse into Meghan's enviable lifestyle are going to be left sorely disappointed. Richard Eden can disclose, so this is coming from Richard Eden, a journalist, that the program will not be filmed at the home. She shares with Prince Harry. Instead, the series, which will, according to the American streaming giant, celebrate the joys of cooking and gardening, entertaining, and friendship, is to be shot at another property in their expensive California neighborhood. Why Netflix would do that? Number one, as I said, the possible reason is that they don't live there. They cannot pay the rent or the mortgage. So Netflix cannot see a long-term workplace in that particular mansion that Meghan and Harry has. So if the show, Netflix believes, will be a success, but then they will have to move out. They will have to find a new place, because there is no guarantee that Meghan could actually afford that house for the long term. If that is a possibility, I mean, to me, it looks like she cannot afford it right now. But let's say the show continues on and Netflix wants to do it for the next few years, then Netflix, to me, looks like they're not very comfortable with Meghan having any control over the property, because I think Netflix knows that perhaps she will be struggling financially paying that mortgage off. So that could be another reason why Netflix is saying to Meghan Markle, hey, look, we want to do it on a long-term basis, and so we are not feeling comfortable filming it in your home in Montecito, in your mansion. Rather, we are going to be renting a place for you so that we are separated from any kind of drama if that ensues because of the mortgage issue and because you guys could be evicted or exiled, whatever. So I think that could be another reason. But the series, according to American streaming giants, with Joy and Cooking, Gardening, Neighborhood, California, they are, now I'm going to be reading it a little bit here. Netflix has rented a house in Montecito for filming. A source tells the news may surprise fans of the couple. A spokesman for Meghan declines to comment on why she has chosen to film a new series at a different property. It's surely unlikely to be due to a lack of space, because remember, there are two things you have to understand here. The Montecito place they're living in is big, because Meghan Markle, she wants to boast, she wants to compete with the Hollywood celebrities in regards to her accommodation, her place where she lives. And number two reason you have to understand here is that the place is very, very quiet, and it is the best place for this kind of filming. And I believe when Megan was buying this place, she had this in her mind that it will be used for future filming, because remember, when they landed in US, they got good deals with Netflix, interview deal and all of those things. So Megan had it in her mind, or her advisors, they told her that yes, there will be some point when this property will be used for your own filming. So buy this property, it's a good looking property, and therefore Netflix should be filming in that property. But it looks like Netflix is very, very hesitant, because they are struggling to keep control over this property. I'm talking about Megan and Harry, obviously. So a couple of scenarios: they don't really live there, or their place is not nice enough or clean enough for a show. I think that is also a possibility, because remember, Megan is very, very lazy. I don't think she likes to work or keep it clean. Moreover, maybe, now this is what I think is happening, why Netflix is renting a separate place. Meghan and Harry, they do not want to show their kids, surrogate, invisible children, whatever, whichever you put it. They don't want them to be filmed by Netflix and get exposed. Well, obviously, if they don't exist, people will be like, okay, we are watching Netflix, where are the kids? Because with this particular announcement that Megan made, that we are going to be doing this show, people are asking, so are we going to be seeing Lily and Archie then? Because you're filming it, in the beginning we got this impression that she was filming it inside the palace, inside the mansion, I should say. So are we going to be seeing the children? Where are they? People are actually asking more and more questions, because this is becoming a very, very important and very, very relevant question. Because if you are filming in your house, you should be showing us your children and the rest of the family members, but that is not happening. Bad parenting. Now take a look at this report. Prince Harry slammed for saying Charles doesn't know how to parent. This is a guy who accuses his own father not knowing how to parent him. Obviously, I think Charles unfortunately had a son like Harry who doesn't have any idea how the whole world works, and he himself is not a good parent. But now he doesn't have any problem accusing his father of not being a good parent. But then he was slammed. This is what it says: Prince Harry is being slammed for saying his dad, King Charles, was not made for parenthood. As if Harry is made for parenthood. I mean, invisible surrogate children, we don't see them anywhere. And if they do exist, we still need DNA evidence and proof. If they do exist, then I think they're living in a very toxic environment, because they don't have any connection with the rest of the world. In his memoir Spare, Harry wrote about his dynamic with his father, who he claimed was distant, especially after his mom, Princess Diana, died in 1997. Of course, Harry can blame whoever he wants, because that's what he does, and he's very good at it. But the fact will remain very, very straightforward for all of us, that Prince Harry, he was never ever a good parent, and he cannot, even if he has his own children and real kids, his own biological children. If he does have, he doesn't become, or he will never become actually a good parent. He's pathetic. Some comments here, guys. Lane, hello, hi Lane, Heather, Gwen, thank you guys for your comments. Kathy, Leela, TC, thank you guys. Deb, thank you so much. Sue, Clark, Barb. I'll see you in the next video. If you have more comments, leave a comment in the comment section. Have a wonderful day.